Yeah, come and join us at Sequoia Living REI, where we only talk about relevant topics, things that are important, things that help you grow, things that help you elevate. Come and join us. Yeah, we having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah, we're having quality conversations with SNL. Having quality conversations with SNL. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah, having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah, having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah, we're having quality conversations with SNL. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah.
You know we bring the quality.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
Yes, this is episode 5 of Conversations with
SNL. I'm Seth.
I'm Lashia.
And together we make Sequoia Living REI.
Yes.
Let's get it, people.
Today we are joined by the great and wonderful Kimber,
Kimber.
owner of DemandGreatHF and Fitness out of Hampton, Virginia. They've been in operation for 7 years, dealing directly with nutrition, physical rehabilitation, physique, and mental alignment. DGHF specializes in making you look good naked and guarantee your transformation, results, whether online or in person. People, Kimber, people.
Kimber,
Yes.
Coach K, let's get it.
Yes.
Let's get it. We're going to... What's up? How you doing today?
Feeling great. Looking good.
Okay. Well, let me get into it like this. So so what inspired you to start your own fitness gym, and how did you go about making that a reality?
Honestly, who inspired me was purely God. That's it, honestly. It was a vision I had for several years from the time I was in high school. I had a vision, then get into college. God asked me about it again. Like, hey, go ahead and write down that business plan. Do what you're supposed to do, right? Organize yourself, structure yourself. So when it's time to actually manifest, then you know exactly what you're doing. So that happened to me 3 times. And after the 3rd time, I literally just got out of my bed and I wanted to see a bunch of women, like a group of women on the beach in Buckrow. And I was like, you know what? No one's going to do it until I freaking do it. So I got myself up and literally just went out to the beach, put out like some flyers from some people. So it was like word of mouth. The first week, there's probably like less than 5 people that showed up for the first week. And I was like, okay, well, it's only the beginning. Like, I'm just getting new.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't have that, then what ground do you have to stand on? And got that. Was doing workouts on the beach that whole summer. And then everyone kept asking, like, hey, when are you going to actually have a building? I'm like, I don't know. So you might want to talk to the Most High about that, too. Like, talk to God about that, too. So prayed about it. And literally, I think it was like 30 days later, one of my business buddies, like business friends, he called me up and was like, hey, I got a guy that owns the spot. I was like, all right, I'll check it out. Met him that week and was like, hey, when do you want to move in? Like, shoot, if it's that easy.
Walk into it. Walk right into it.
That was it. So got into the building, and honestly, I just kept having vision after vision after vision after vision. Like even the colors on the walls right here with the paint. So this is actually the second part of this building that we've been in. Excuse me. But even I saw the vision of the paint before we even moved over here. I knew the person that was in this section of the building was going to come talk to me about moving over here about 30 to 45 days before it even happened. So honestly, just really staying in tune with yourself and going back to the source of where the thought came from will obviously and honestly help you produce it in the most authentic way according to how you want to live your life. And then it'll give you a boost of confidence, not only in yourself, but also in pursuing faith. Because without faith, it's impossible to please Him. Absolutely. Because without God, you have nothing. At the same time, without faith, then it's impossible, honestly, to do anything. Because if you don't believe that it's before you, then you won't create the actions or the patterns for consistency for it to absolutely manifest and for you to ultimately be happy and fulfilled. So that's how the bad grace starts.
You gotta see it before you see it.
Absolutely.
Yes. So as a Black female entrepreneur in the fitness industry, have you faced any unique challenges
Now that's an awesome question, to be honest with you. I consider myself to be a little bit different, uh, because I don't believe in the different stigmas that are out there as far as race, as far as money. I believe that those are more so things that are created to become limitations for you. So just like education, you put someone into school, which they give you a program to follow, right? They don't necessarily teach you everything that's in the world. They give you a snippet of it, right? What they want you to think, what they want you to learn, right? So I take the women's glass ceiling. I remember reading about that in high school, and my mind said, I'm shattering. There is no glass ceiling. Last time I checked, I never hit anything every time I reach above my head, and there's no limit to my thoughts, right? Because thoughts are something you can't see, so therefore they're eternal. So how can you limit someone's thoughts, right? So I don't necessarily believe in those limitations. So it's more so I'm going to do what I want to do that does not harm anyone else, right? Because you can't separate the part from the whole. So as long as I stay within my purpose and I keep pursuing the things that are within me, then I will naturally be able to fulfill my purpose of blessing everyone else and still take care of my family at the same time. So there is no limit outside of God, right? And as long as He's the one that ultimately owns this company and I just manage it, then everything's going to be all right. That's how I go with it.
That's being a good steward.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I would say that the principles of stewardship are the hardest part of having a business. It's easy to go to the city or whatever, the state, and get your the SEC and go ahead and get your license and everything. The paperwork's easy, right? Yeah. Becoming an owner is easy. Everyone loves that part. But now let's see how you maintain this success. And in order to maintain the success, you've got to be able to make solid decisions based upon principles that are eternal. They do not change. Right? So it's really, business is nothing but you looking in the mirror and seeing the different flaws manifest in front of your eyes, the good and the bad, and then actually learning how to control and how to transfer the energy into something that is more positive instead of a flaw in a negative context. Yeah. That is it. Business is you.
Yes. Coach K is on the road. Yes, we love it.
Dropping jewels.
Yes, I hope you learn, people. Listen.
I hope you got your notepad in your pens, okay?
She's dropping them. All right, we're going to move on. So just another one. How do you differentiate your gem from others in the industry, and what unique features and services do you offer?
Great question. So I would say the first thing that comes to my mind is that we're the home of guaranteed results. That literally means that we will absolutely give you the answer that you need in order to succeed. And we do this technically 3 ways. So you have a fitness coach, you have a nutritionist, and you also have a focus coach. So the fitness part is where everyone loves it. Everyone can go to the gym and work out. Oh yeah, it makes you feel real good. Until you take that first bite to replenish all the energy that you just finished using. And then it's like, hold on, what am I supposed to be eating right now? It becomes this mystery that doesn't need to be a mystery, right? So we simplify that mystery and give you one thing that you need to focus on right now. For instance, we have a 6-week challenge that if you come into our program, we give you a 6-week challenge. We do not let you come in completely into the program. The reason being is because we want to make sure that you like the program, number one. And number two, we're actually interviewing you because we already like the people that are here. We have a team atmosphere. They are happy to be here. Like, that is one of the proud points. The people walking here smiling, dancing. We have all those videos. Exactly. Like, we have so much fun in here where it decreases the stress. We don't need anyone bringing in that stress or that negativity. So during that 6 weeks, it's a double interview process. Then going on after that, within that 6 weeks, as far as nutrition, one of the first things we tell you guys to do is honestly stick to the colors is one, and eat more is number 2. Most people are not eating enough. And also a lot of people are, I don't want to bash doctors per se, but there's a lot of doctors that are saying things that don't necessarily do the things that they talk about. So it's hard for me to listen to a doctor about building muscle or looking sexy as far as my cuts if you've never had a six pack before.
Yeah.
What are we really talking about right now?
Right, right.
What are you talking about? You never had one. You ain't never had no packs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you don't know what I'm about to go through. You don't know what I'm going through to get here. So we provide it in an athletic version because that's actually what people want. People don't want to be skinny, mini, straight down, no cuts, no definitions. Every woman wants some hips, you know what I'm saying? Wants the booty popping. Like, in order to get those things, you can't do the minimum, right? So, what? It's gonna put me on a whole other thought process. But what I mean by you can't do the minimum, you can't do what society already creates as a norm. You have to be great. You can't just be better. You can't just be good. You know, you can't just keep going around the planet hoping that it's gonna work out for you. It doesn't work that way. You have to excel beyond where you are right now. And in order to do that, you have to be tired. You have to be absolutely tired of feeling the way that you feel and looking the way that you look and also thinking the way that you think, because it's what you think that is causing you to do the things that you do that are tearing you down.
Right.
So you have 3 coaches in the program to literally pinpoint each issue you have in each area. And we give you one simple thing. And then we come back to you. Hey, have you accomplished this change in your habits? And either it's a yes or it's a no. And we have data to see that every single time. So we look at our data, we take your answer, and then we look at your data and we're like, you said yes, but just say so.
Yeah, definitely.
The lie detector test says.
Exactly, right?
You did not do what you said you did.
Exactly. So we're like, you know what? I'm glad that you're confident to say yes, because that means, one, you're determined. So we're going to reward that determination by reinforcing that this standard has to happen. So you literally cannot progress through a program if you do not change your habits. And that is absolutely what makes the program successful. Other than the fact we have great freaking coaches that know what the heck they're doing and they actually really love what they do. So having those 3 coaches to really pinpoint your physicality, your nutrition, and then your mental thought process. And I've seen in this industry, the mentality is grossly underrated. Grossly underrated. Because, like I said earlier, it's here that it begins. Right. Not outside of here. It doesn't exist because before God had to speak, I'm sure he had to think of it first. Right? And then when he spoke, it became. But speaking is an external thing that is a final manifestation of what came from inside. Right. So the mental aspect of maintaining motivation is why we have a focus coach. Because people know what to eat, right? Or what to eat. The habits behind it is the issue. And people know how to work out. It's just the technique behind it that causes people to get injured, even as they are getting results, that's why we have a rehab portion to fix that. But on the back end, the mental aspect is what glues the fitness and the nutrition together and keeps it consistent, because you know what you're thinking and you know where you're going at all times. Right? All right? Because the lack of knowledge that people perish. Knowledge means you know, right? And then on top of that, because you know, you put that with some faith, you got some action on the back end. Hallelujah. We're all great people at the end of the day. That's it.
You left mediocrity behind you.
Exactly. So to pull it all back around, that is great in a nutshell, right? Dealing with every area in a simple way that continuously progresses you until you become whole again. That is Demand Great. And then we guarantee it, of course.
Yes, so what I hear is operating in the spirit of excellence, just going above and beyond. Yes. Absolutely love it. Yes. Okay. In your opinion, what roles does fitness play in promoting overall health and wellness, particularly in marginalized communities?
I believe fitness is a starting point. Okay? It's technically speaking, from everything said today, it's the last one, right? But because it's so small in comparison to nutrition and your focus, it's easier for everyone to grasp. So using fitness to actually get everyone moving, it doesn't matter what your socioeconomic status is. Fitness doesn't care. It doesn't care, right? But it also confronts you with how you're actually taking care of your body. It's a good indication of that. Right? So either you're mobile, right, and you're actually utilizing your body, or you're more so underutilizing your body and you're suffering the consequences to that. So fitness, I would say, is a great way to bring the community together, but there also has to be another step outside of that where people are secure in progress, where they don't have any doubts about that happening for them. Because they're already going to have doubts within themselves, but those are the barriers that professionals have to overcome, and to demystify that and say, hey, you know what, it's really this simple. This is really where you're at. You're not over here where Craig's at or Susie. That's not where you're at. Stop comparing yourself to them. It's just you. It's just you. So yeah, fitness is a foundation that everyone can spring from, but I would not stay there. I don't suggest staying there. Right? Because then technically speaking, that would make you a one-dimensional being and you could only accomplish one thing. Right? You're too great for that. Right? So keep expanding and use that as a stepping stone.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yes.
All right, so what advice, would you give to another Black female entrepreneur, who's looking to start their own business, particularly in the fitness industry?
Number one, do it.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, a lot of people have great ideas, but it's only those people that do them that actually get credit, and also not even just credit, but the lesson, right? Another thing is, how do I put this as gracious as possible? Don't sell your soul. What I mean by that, because I had to make this decision early. Am I going to be, per se, a Instagram model, right? And doing all that and, having the super 8 Coke bottle figure or whatever and try to manipulate my body, which, I've done before. I've gotten bigger than where I'm at right now. I've gotten all the way up to like 180 pounds, like with straight muscle. And then I shrink back down. Like, I love having fun with myself.
Right.
I'm not necessarily worried about what they think. And to be honest with you, I don't care.
Yeah.
As much work as you're about to put into this, don't care. To be honest, like, don't care. Like, you're gonna get the feedback, you're gonna get the positives and the negatives, the highs and the lows. You've got to swallow that pill before you get started, or you'll end up in a vicious cyclone of trying to please and trying to do this and trying to do that. No. One, do you.
Yes.
However, in order to do you need to know yourself. You need to know the principles in which you stand for. And me, I understand that, yeah, beauty is awesome, right? And it's also in the eye of the beholder at the same time. So it is very subjective. So as long as you consider yourself to be beautiful, no one else can deny you such.
That's right.
Right? And that's an everyday thought or everyday acceptance for yourself. So it could change one day. Right? So really the fight of entrepreneurship is, how do you see yourself today? Period. Because that's essentially how your company is going to be at that same time. Or maybe you're off by about a week or a month, depending on what industry you're in. Okay? So I would not start showing my breast, my butt, all that stuff. Why? Those guys aren't going to pay you for that. You already showing it. It's for free. It's for free. Like, this industry is literally for free for women. Like, you see everything because of the way that the clothes are made, right? But what else do you have to bring to the table, right? Because people are not going to pay for something that does not have value. And if your value only exists in what you look like and it only stops at marketing, then that means you can't make the sale because you have nothing continuously to offer. You have no value, right? So you naturally, you get the attention. That's awesome. And God bless you getting paid on social media for that nowadays. However, the longevity of what you're doing looks pretty short. Right? If you don't add some more skills to give the answer on that, it's skills that will keep you in the industry long term. So that's what I would say to any female.
It makes me think the more sophisticated you get, the more opportunities come your way.
Absolutely.
That's guaranteed.
Absolutely.
It's like a law, like gravity. You just can't deny it.
That's right.
Now, I would say that one of the issues with entrepreneurs as a whole, and I'll more so speak for myself because I deal with it, where we gain those skills, and it feels like, and we go to another level, right? And it feels good. However, you can't forget that next level is for everyone else around you. It's not just for you. You're learning lessons on that next level. Absolutely. But you can't neglect what you did before, because that's what got you to where you are now. And you are also and always responsible to give that level away. So really, business and entrepreneurship is about giving away of yourself the entire time. I have learned that greatly, I would say, over the past year and a half. We went from having basically one person on staff, and now we have 9. Period. So our transformation coaches have admin coaches that support them on the backside of that. And I pretty much make sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing to play in their part. But, but yeah, entrepreneurship is about giving away of yourself and letting those things go so that they can bless someone else. And ultimately, that's what gives you your final blessing, because you got the skills and yeah, you're working it, but you can't see the magnitude of those skills until you let it fly and let it go. Right? And then there's steps and there's levels to it. Right? For example, like I provide the things that I know now that are most recent to me, I provide those to the staff first. Right? They go through it, they build up, they get more confident, right? And then eventually, once they know it, it naturally seeps into the members. Right? And it takes them their cycle of time, right? And then as those members are going through it, then it seeps into their family naturally. Right?
That's the mastermind mentality.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what that is.
Exactly.
But it's positive. You know,
Yeah.
it's positive. You know, that's all it is. You know, it's accessing that. It's considered the third mind. You know, after you take the two and you combine them. You know, and that's what you're doing with your team.
Yeah.
You know, and that's. I'm glad that we met. You know,
Yeah.
and we got an opportunity to do this. You know, because what we stand for is community. You know, it's community, it's family. You know, it's that tribe feel.
Yeah.
You know, and that's exactly what it sounds like to me. Like what you just said. That's exactly what it sounds like.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That if I didn't have, if we didn't already coin ourselves as a team, the next word I would use would be tribe. Absolutely, because it brings in that unity vibe naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are together because we're all here at this time. Right.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a perfect word for it.
Wow. Awesome. Yes. All right. We got one more question for you. It is, as a fitness gym owner, how do you prioritize your own personal workout routine and eating habits? And how do you maintain healthy work-life balance while running your business?
All right. It's a 2-part question right there.
Yeah. A twofer. It's one question, but it's a twofer.
Yeah.
The first part I actually want to address, which is a big misconception that we deal with right now in our program, is that people see us as a gym. And to be honest with you, we're not. We are a health and fitness program. And the reason why I say that with so much confidence is because 16.5% of the program is on this floor. That's it. Only 16.5%. Right? We work out, we could do it in person, and we literally translate that online. So you don't have to be here. You could be in Japan having your best life with guaranteed results. They're not worried about a thing the whole time. The nutrition coaching, the focus coach, they're all online. That's it, right? So even if, how do I put it, we designate that we're a gym for Google purposes so that people can find this location. But as far as the program, it is everlasting. That's it. As far as how me and my coaches deal with work-life balance, oh man, it's definitely about controlling your day. And what I mean is that you're gonna have to make that beautiful word, that golden word, sacrifices. Yeah, you're gonna have to make those sacrifices. Now, the problem that I think that we have with interpreting sacrifice is that we don't put enough emphasis on the glory on the back end of it. And the glory actually happens pretty daggone fast, right? The negative is like right there, like, oh, I gotta wake up at 5 a.m., right? Which is what I'm going through right now. Changing my whole schedule, waking up at 5, Matter of fact, this morning I woke up at like 4:22. I was like, holy shit, I'm getting earlier. It's getting real.
All right.
But at the same time, immediately, instead of being like, dang, I'm up right now, I want to go back to sleep, I'm like, forget that. I got more time.
Right.
Yes, and when you focus and you value your time, because time is more important than money ever can be or will be. And once you understand that money is subjected to your time and that you pay time before you pay money. It's like watching this podcast. Right now, you're paying attention. That's costing you something right now. We're costing you minutes. Real talk, but at least we're providing some value, some nuggets, something to help you go further, right? So you got to think of it like that. There's 90% of it that is glory. The other 10% is one getting started, that's 5. And the other part is suck it up, buttercup, and keep it moving.
Yes.
That's it. Like, no one cares about your excuses. And I'm saying this because I had to say this to myself just yesterday. Like, yo, I felt like I failed on something. And to my standards, I did. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? How can I make this better? And then it's like, oh, the shame. Like, why didn't I do it right the first time? Forget that. One, you already did it. And suck it up. Buttercup freaking move. Keep freaking moving. Keep moving. Because if you don't move, you die. Period. So you might as well make that 10% sacrifice up front, your tithes. And then go ahead and reap the benefits of the 90% on the back end. Now that's prosperous living. Prosperity is not the fact that you have a lot of money. Because there's a lot of people that have a lot of money, but then at the same time they live paycheck to paycheck. And this was some other stuff I was looking into about millionaires the other day. Millionaires are created faster now than ever before, but at the same time we're at the rate of inflation. So of course there are going to be more millionaires because more money is being produced anyway, right? And the value of it is going down. So since the value is going down, now it's going to become a shift where it's about the person. It's all about that person, that interaction. That's it. And if they want to pay you for the time that you're going to provide them, value. That's it. So it doesn't matter if your price is $1 for 30 days or if it's $3,000 for 30 days. It doesn't matter. Right? It's all about what are you going to provide in value that someone's going to pay their time for, and how are they going to get that back from you at every single time that they interact with you. So that's
Wow.
That's awesome.
Wow. So
Coach
powerful.
K. Coach K came through.
Yes.
You know, dropping the jewels.
Oh
dropping
my goodness.
the jewels.
Wow.
Yep.
You guys, we hope that you got so much out of this. I know I did. Yes, I got a lot out of this, and I thank you so much for joining us. You just have a wonderful energy, a wonderful spirit about you. I really enjoyed myself.
We respect what you got going on.
Yes.
And for the people that's listening, you know, just tell us your handles. Tell us your handles and tell us how the people can reach you.
All right, so everything is DemandGreatHF. Like hotel, Foxtrot, it's H and F at the end. So we're on Facebook, Instagram, Google, Yelp, TikTok as well. So you tap into any of those. The first thing I'll suggest is get into our Facebook group. There's a lot of exclusive stuff that we drop in that Facebook group that we do not post publicly. Number one. Number two, you're good to go on the Facebook group. Schedule a consultation. We don't let anyone in here just because you walk in the building. We actually have a 24-hour access, so you actually have to scan in order to get into this building. We are private, so I guess that would be another thing that makes it a little bit different. But it's that exclusivity that brings everyone together and has a freaking awesome time and keeps you focused the entire time. So yeah, schedule a consultation. Make sure that you enjoy the program for 6 weeks, and we'll be there to offer you an extension if we feel like you're right for the program. If not, hey, thank you for the 6 weeks. We always wish you the best. That's it. We're not looking to work with every single person. Sorry, there's something else that's coming to my mind, but we're not looking to work with every single person because there are different issues that come based upon different factors in life. Money is actually, for entrepreneurs, money is one way to actually determine your demographic. It's a very hard split, and you have to be comfortable with that and be confident in it. And I would say always be confident in it. Always, because that's what causes it to multiply. And you also have to be confident in the more money that someone's paying, technically speaking, you have more room. Of course, to provide them with more value, but you have more room to do it in different ways, right? Without it costing you so much time where you don't feel like you're getting compensated for the effort and energy that you're exerting. So that's why it's beneficial to be able to keep a high standard so that you're not dealing with people that will cause you to release too much energy, but also you work with people that actually want to work with you and understand you at that standard, right? So it's something else. Sorry, I just had to put that out there.
No, they need it.
She can't help it. She just dropping them. Dropping them jewels. Pick them up.
There's somebody
Pick 'em
out
up,
there
people.
who needed that. They needed to hear that. So thank you so much. Yes.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just appreciate it for such a time as this.
Yes.
Let's be great. Let's keep this rolling.
That's right. Yes. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 5 of Conversations with SNL.
Don't forget, I'm Seth.
I'm Lashia.
And together,
with
we make
Sequoia living REI. I'm sorry.
Living REI. Let's go.
I'm just excited. I'm juiced up. I've really enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Kimber. Y'all make sure that you go and follow her Facebook group. Contact her, do that consultation, and be great.
Yep, be great. Demanding great.
Yes.
Conversations with SNL. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah. Yeah. We're having quality conversations with SNL. Having quality conversations with SNL. Yeah.